This is the best barn find I've ever had in a barn. 12 cars. If you like the 70s, if you like the late 60s, if you like muscle cars, stay till the end. And you also see some chickens. So it's a true barn find. 3 floors in the barn with chickens. 60s, 70s, true muscle cars. Best we've ever done. You'll love this. It blew me away. So welcome to another episode of Junkyards and Barn Finds with Sean, and I'm Sean. There we go. Okay. All right, guys. So I'm back home in Bucks County, and I was driving down a road. And like I said, you guys know I don't ever tell anybody where I'm actually at because I don't want you messing with anybody else's stuff. But driving down a road, and I turned to my right, and it was Father's Day. I saw a barn, saw some old cars, saw an old Mark V. And my aunt used to drive us around in a Mark V just like that every summer when I had to get a crew cut. Not much has changed. She used to give us say I could get a boys cut or a cruise cut, and I still never knew the difference. But anyway, so I pulled in and knocked on the door. Mario came out. Mario owns this place. It's pretty much from just the outside, and I do not know what's here yet, but it looks like one of the biggest man caves I've ever seen. He tells me he's got stuff just from seeing what's outside. I'm gonna be surprised. So this is Mario. How you doing, Mario? I'm Sean.
Nice to meet you, Sean.
So, so Mario, I'm just gonna follow you and let me give us a little tour of all your toys.
Yep, as you can see, there's some of them are right here.
So are you a Ford Mercury guy?
My grandfather worked for Ford Philco, so the whole family's always been Ford guys. I mean, I like different stuff.
Right.
This is a 70 Cyclone GT.
Oh, wow.
It was actually a parts car. I have a 70 GT spoiler. It's in a friend's body shop. You can still catch it's pretty much just a shell, but you can see the Cyclone GT emblem still on there.
Oh, wow.
This is a 70 XR7 Cougar.
This is a
parts car.
351?
Yeah, it was a 351 Cleveland. I got it with no drivetrain, and I haven't decided what I was going to. I was either going to part it out or, you know, it's got some heavy rust on it.
Right.
But everything's fixable.
Yeah. All the parts are still available.
This is a 67 T-Bird.
Hidden headlights?
Some work, yeah.
Wow, a 390, big block.
390. Just put a brand new exhaust system on here, fuel tank, fuel lines.
Now, do you just fix them up for yourself, or you fix them up to sell them, or it just depends on?
I buy, sell, and trade, you know. But I have my own. Whatever's in the barn's pretty much what I keep for myself. My own little project.
Just keeps you busy.
Yeah, pretty much. And we got a 71 Torino GT I brought up from Virginia a few weeks ago. It's a complete car. Everything's here. It was sitting since '91.
Wow.
And I got it to kick over the other day.
And it's what's 390 in this?
No, 351 Cleveland.
Oh, 351.
Yeah,
okay.
351 Cleveland. It's got a.
Actually, even that. Is that a headliner? Yeah, Is that a head? Yeah, the headliner. It's not horrible.
No.
I mean, you know, front seats.
Like the quarter panels aren't horrible.
No.
You know, like the GT emblems on that 71 went up here, which I have them inside the car. I have a 70 that has the GT.
And it's got the hood on it. It's got
it's got the original hood. Wow. Factory AC car. Yeah, I always hook up my little portable gas tank so I don't run no bad gas.
You ever watch Vice Grip Garage?
Yeah.
Yeah, I met him down in Bradenton this year.
All right.
And yeah, he's got all the tricks.
Yeah, my high C bottles, I say.
There you go.
I see you drill a hole in the top and shove a hose in there, they work
It's
great.
a lot better than having the 5-gallon boat one up on the roof that flips over on you.
This is a little more safer, you know, even though it's a high C bottle, but it works. It works.
Yeah, one of the things with like the kids now, they don't know how to do anything that doesn't have a computer in it.
Nah, I know a kid that did a timing chain on a 69 Mark III, and he had the marks. He didn't line the marks up right. He had them all pointing the wrong way, and when he started, he bent every valve in the engine and toasted the motor up.
I remember in one of my Chevelles driving home from CB East High School, and I only had 7 cylinders because one of the spark plug wires came off.
Right.
You know, but back then you could do that.
Yeah, you could get away with
now, if your washer fluid isn't filled, your car goes into crawl home mode.
Goes into limp mode or something.
So. Oh, there's my favorite car, Chevelles.
The Chevelle I'm working on.
Oh, wow.
I have possibly a big coil. I mean, everything.
Now, is this an original SS?
Original SS, not the original motor.
Wow.
But it's an original 12-bolt rear, 373 gears. It's an original, this was a bench seat car, column shift.
Right.
I have all the original, you know, we're trying to keep as much original on the car, like the original grille.
Right.
I have the original SS emblems.
And now is this one of the cars that has the SS? Yeah. So because some of the SSs didn't come with the door panel SS on
Right.
them.
Correct.
So and then do you know what factory that came from?
No, there's
because
no build sheet on this car.
Yeah, but you have on the plate. Does it tell you where it was built? Like because some of them have like plastic fenders. Some have one. I forget which one has the one plastic and the one metal one. Is it St. Louis or something? There's one that has
there's
the weird
one company that did do, or one factory that did do it like that.
Yeah, they did it weird. So, and then did this have stripes on it originally?
Yes, I have the hoods here painted.
Now, is it got the squared off or the rounded edge stripes on it on the front? So it's got the rounded ones because there's the two different ones.
Functioning and it's gallon duct.
Oh wow! So yeah, this is actually the original.
Yeah, the original.
And was this? Is this the original color of the car?
No, this car was the original green color.
Okay.
The gentleman I got it from painted it. He actually, here's a can of the paint. He painted it about 15 years ago. Solar gold.
Okay.
House of Colors. The gentleman I got this from got sick. He did a frame off restoration. I had to put it back together. The frame back on the body back on the frame. Yeah,
it's like a giant box of kit.
Yeah, except it was missing a lot. Because, you know, he handed me a bucket of bolts and there was like 4 inches of water in the bottom. So,
but you know,
a car like this, I'm not going to use rusty bolts.
Right.
I bought all new.
Is it an original big block car? Do you know?
Yes, original 396 car.
Okay.
You know, I double checked because 71, you can't go by the VIN number.
Right. That doesn't tell you what the engine was.
Right. So, but everything underneath it has the F41 suspension package. The brown wire coming from the tack. It has all that
so it's
stuff.
got everything.
Yeah, it has everything. And like I said, we're in the home stretch of finishing this car. I just got to put the dash in, a couple little pieces. As you see, I got a lot of projects.
Oh, yeah.
Here, let me
look at that.
I'll turn the light on down
here.
Oh, okay. Everything's kind of... I got
so
much going on in here. This is
has this been registered before?
This car?
Yeah. Do you know if
it's been off the road for...
Is it on the registry? I mean, the Super Sport registry?
Not that I know of. Not that I know of.
Okay. Well, no, I know you guys are going to say, show me. I'm not showing the VIN plate. If this gentleman wants to register the car, he'll register the car, but I'm not showing VIN.
Yeah, underneath the car is like in brand new condition also. I mean, it's in really nice shape.
Let's look under there.
Everything is really nice.
Look at that, guys. This is how you do it right.
Excuse me?
I said this. I was saying this is how you do it the right way.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you know,
definitely.
It's like you were saying with the buying new bolts. Don't put rusty bolts on. You know,
Yeah,
I mean,
like you know,
if it's already
he gave us all new chrome and everything for it, and then we're putting a car together, and this is pitted. And I said to my buddy, I said we got to replace these.
Right.
You can't. I see. We can't put. We got all new drip ledge chrome. All the stuff's up here.
Now, if it was a Survivor that everything was like the engine block and everything, then that's a different thing. But when you're restoring it, it's not going to kill anything as long as you're doing the right stuff.
You got to put everything, you know, everything new.
Yeah, and like you said, you're changing out the bench seat anyway.
Yeah, I already have the brackets welded in here. I have the bench seat. I have the console. I just got to bolt the floor shifter in, and I mean everything is ready.
Now, is this a keeper? Or
no, unfortunately,
or a Meekum.
Hopefully Meekum. But me and a friend of mine are partners on it. We partnered up on it. I mean, It does look good in the garage. I got that.
Right.
That's a 700 horsepower, 73 Mach 1 with a 429 Cobra jet.
That ain't factory.
No, nothing's factory on this car. Nothing's factory.
So this one looks like it's been here for a long time.
Yeah, it's been sitting in this garage for a good 2 years. I run it all the time. I'm just, you know, I've been busy with my other projects, but I mean, it's just body and paint that needs to be done now. I have brand new, I have all blue interior. I have everything I need to change this car over. Wow. I just got to take it and drop it off and let my paint guy.
Now, is this a toy to take to the track, or is it just a toy?
It's a street legal track car.
Okay.
I mean, you could cruise it around. You're only getting 5 miles in a gallon. Right. But, you know, it cruises great. It handles
sweet.
great.
It is absolutely sweet.
She wants to come off the ground when you launch it. I got street tires. I got regular tires on there, and she's still pulling to come up.
This I always loved like the flat back Mach 1s.
Yeah, I do too.
So I just found a bunch of them in North Carolina at a junkyard yesterday. Yeah, called Vic's. I think Vic's is, it's either in North Carolina. I did too. One, I think North Carolina or South Carolina, and there's a whole bunch of them there. Just crazy.
Here I got a 71 Mach 1.
So this is where they all went.
Yeah, this is where.
Actually, folks, he was a valet at Ford. So if you didn't get your car back, the tickets are still on the dash.
I got a 65 Comet Caliente 4-speed car.
Wow.
289 4-speed. This is a Cobra Jet motor for my Cyclone that's in the body shop.
Okay.
That's a Thunderjet motor. These are 429, all 429s. I'm a big block guy.
Right.
66 Galaxy XL. It's another project. The gentleman I got this off of was one of the designers for Roush.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because he redesigned the rear end in this car and did a lot of work. He was building a track car, and he gutted everything out. You know, he ended up moving this car he couldn't take with him because he had a convertible, tri-power convertible XL, so he had to give one of his cars up. It's a rust-free car. The body's in.
It kind of reminds me either of one of the runner cars or an early NASCAR one.
Yeah, it has that look to it.
It has that look to it.
Has a feeling to it.
Oh, and it's even got the center console and everything.
It's got a center console, and the gentleman, I got so many parts came with this car. I have a complete, I'm missing black door panels, but I have a black XL interior with the back seat, the package tray, the console. You know, I got a red interior, red back seat. I got aluminum fuel cell here.
So you'll be able to change it for the seasons.
Yeah, pretty much. I got big block headers for it. Watch your step there. There's a headline.
Okay.
There.
See. Thanks.
But yeah, I actually just picked this hood up out of Carlisle for $100 because I was missing a hood for it.
Oh wow.
I was going to get a fiberglass one, but I'm like, hey, for $100, you know, I got to grab the hood.
And you're just starting to clean up the firewall.
Yeah, I started cleaning that up and all.
So what's the plans for this one?
That 460 behind you is I was gonna put in here if I get to it. You know, I keep gathering more projects and more projects. I just brought this home about 6 months ago. That's a 70 Torino GT.
With the old center lines on it.
Yeah, and that's a 429 car too.
Oh wow.
No, I got it with no drivetrain, but obviously I have a couple motors.
Right, you got something you could throw in there if you need to.
This is a 64 Galaxy convertible, XL convertible. This car runs and drives. I drove it down here. Same with the Comet and that Mustang. These three cars I drove down here.
And then I saw a hood for a Mustang right over there.
Yeah, that was.
Is that just a spare hood to have?
Spare hood. I have a couple cars above us on the second floor. But I got parts. I got to get the parts up to the third floor.
Gotcha. Oh, and the glass on here.
Yeah. I got to get a windshield for it. But you know, when you got a lot of cars and a lot of projects, it's like, you know, when I get tired or I hit a problem with one car, and I'm like, you know what? I'll come in here and I'll mess with this car. Or I'll mess with that car.
Well, at least you got something. You got something to play with.
Yeah. And like I said, the ones that have drivetrains in them, I keep them running. This I had running a couple weeks ago. The Comet I ran 2 weeks ago. Also, same with this 71 Mustang over here.
Well, you keep a lot of horses in the barn, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, that is definitely for sure. And like I said, I'm just...
Now, is this a Mach 1 as well?
This is a 71 Mach 1.
Okay.
This was in a barn since 85.
Wow, another true barn find.
Got her running. You know, it's typical. Clean the set of points with a piece of sandpaper. The 9 out of 10 times they start right up, and that's what I did with this. Same with the Comet.
Oh, wow.
The gentleman that had that car, he was going to scrap it.
Really?
He was going to scrap the
car. Did you get it for the scrap price?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
$350.
There you go.
I paid $350.
Got in it and drove it home?
3 years ago. I had my trailer, but I started up and pulled it out of the garage, and he was standing there. He goes, I can't believe you just got that running. And I have my little box, you know, and I put a battery in there, and I got the sandpaper. I get out, I hit the... I don't even try. I just hit the points right away because I know that they're going to be corroded or something on there. And a little bit of start fluid, and it started right up. And it died out, and I kept cranking it, let the oil pump up, and then I hit it again, and it started up and idled, and I backed it out. It still even has a clutch.
Wow. Wow. And
he told me that his uncle used to drag race that down on Front Street in Philadelphia.
I used to race at Front Street back in the 80s.
He's got a chain on the motor.
Really?
I says, on a 289, they had a chain down a 289. I says, usually it was the 429s you had a chain down.
Do they still race down there?
Yeah, people do.
We used to go down there on Fridays and you just race what you brought.
Yeah, these are all, I've been going through all the parts I have, and this was all stuff that came with that Galaxy. These are XL windows. I have so many parts.
You need like an extra car to build.
Yeah, I have so many parts for 66 Galaxy. It's just ridiculous. Fenders. I just sold a trunk lid. I got sets of taillights for that car. But I'm debating on whether I'm going to keep the 66. You know, I might let that one go and keep the Thunderbird. I'm not sure yet. The 67 Thunderbird I kind of like with the tilt-away steering column. Right. Because that body style was 67, 8, 9, but you can only get that column in 67 body style.
Oh, so it's a single year.
Yeah, it's a single year only for that column that tilts and spins to the side. It's not like the older ones where the whole column moved. Right. It's just the top of it.
You used to be able to move that laterally.
This one, it's a tilt. It tilts up and then over the wheel.
Oh, wow.
It's different. It's
so is the turn signal and everything is also probably 1 year unique to that too, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, wow. Yeah, well, this is definitely a crazy, awesome place. So...
It's getting there. It's coming along.
Oh man, it was a lot easier to get around these small places when I was younger and thinner. Now, are these are repo, or are these the originals, or
these
you don't know?
These are originals that were redone, recovered.
Yeah, they're just. Look at that. I mean, this is gonna be such a sweet car.
The gentleman, he had most of his car ready. It just wasn't put together. I had to put everything together, front to back, and I bought a new wiring harness. Front to back, did that.
And at least it has, like, even, the SS dash, everything.
Yeah, it's got the SS dash. Like I said, and when I looked underneath and seen them, the F41, it has that extra suspension supports that go from the frame to the rear. When I seen that, I says, it's got to be a real SS.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the guy gave me the original bench seat interior, and it has the build sheet under the seat, but it's just the outline of a piece of paper.
Oh my gosh.
That's all you can make out of it. Yeah. That's all you can make out of it.
But you know what? At least it's there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's a big plus that it's there.
But this is going to be a beautiful car.
The motor is an 84 454 that was scored 60 over. It's got a little bit of a cam in it.
Yeah, but you can't beat a Chevelle. I'm so
yeah, I know.
Like, that's the worst problem for me is I grew up, I owned like 370 Chevelles, a 71, 72. So now I'm looking for a Chevelle, and yeah, I had to pick. Why I couldn't have fallen in love with a Corvair, because you can't swing a dead cat without hitting a Corvair.
Yeah, exactly.
But now
it's funny. Somebody wants to trade me a Corvair for that T-Bird. I was like, nah.
Every junkyard in the world, I said, it's like you're not allowed to own a junkyard anymore unless you have one Corvair sitting in it.
Yeah, exactly. They're always there.
They're always, and they never leave.
Yeah.
But I had to, these things here are just, they're getting so popular and so hard to find.
Yeah, they are. And the gentleman I got this from, he has a 67 convertible.
Wow.
And he wanted to trade me for the 50 over there.
Right.
And I told him, I says, let me come out and look at it, because that's a no-brainer.
Right.
And I go out there, and the car has been sitting in his barn for 20 years. And I'm looking, and the doors where they meet the quarter panels, the doors ain't closing. They're overlapping.
So it was.
And I said, "Is the frame bent?" He goes, "No, frame's fine." And I laid underneath the car, and right before where the rear transitions and goes up, it's missing about this much of the frame, and then the up part was missing. So it's missing about this much of frame on both sides. The car's bended in half. I says, "It needs a new frame." And the guy, he was like, "No way." I'm like, his name was Dan. I said, "Dan, lay under the car next to me and take a look." I says, "You're missing 2 feet of frame on both sides of the car. Needs a new frame."
Yeah.
He said, "Oh, well, they're easy to find." I says, "For a 67 convertible?" Yeah. I says, "Nah." I says, "So I'm trading actually that for his 68 Chevelle."
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he has a 68 Chevelle project car.
Nice.
And, you know, he fell in love with the 50, so the 50 has no drivetrain. It's all original. It's an original car. It wasn't hacked up or nothing. You know, the motor had a crack in the block, so he pulled it out, the gentleman I got it from. And
now, are you finding a lot of these local orders, or using like the marketplace?
I travel everywhere. Okay. Yeah, this was in upstate New York. That T-Bird came up from Virginia. I mean, I got my trailers, and I'll travel anywhere for a car if I have to.
I travel anywhere to video car. Yeah. So there you go. We all got our
it's thing. Ready for someone's imagination.
Yep.
And this gentleman, his health got a little better, you know, and he gave up on that 60 or that 71 Chevelle, and he wants to go for this. He's going to make this a daily driver. He's just going to look for an original drivetrain to put in here, he said. But check out them seat covers in the car.
Oh,
they're covers over the original.
Plaid. So the Plaid's actually the cover.
Yeah, you can open her up.
You know, so the Plaid here is the cover that somebody put on to save the seats. Just like when our grandparents, my grandparents at least way in the day, used to put the plastic on to save it for somebody else, and that's what they did.
It's like a, I don't know, straw or something. I mean, these covers got to be, you know, from that time period.
Yeah, that's it. So this is all, that's got all the 1950s.
Yeah,
like everybody, you ordered the seat you wanted, then you put something else on to save it for the next guy.
Plaid, I guess, was in.
And once it got 60, says 62 on there.
Yeah, it's a
and actually, if you look at the pedals aren't really too worn. No, I'll bet you it probably has 62 on it.
Yeah, I would bet it's original miles on it, because the interior is in nice shape.
I mean, and even the door panels are cloth, but they're not. They're there. You can tell they're original. If they ain't original, they were like year one replacements for something.
Watch for bombs there.
So.
You see my 240-pound man running around out there.
So if you guys like this kind of stuff, so keep subscribing and talk in the comments. I don't know if anything here is for sale, but if you want, if you think you're interested in something, let me know, and then I will give your information to Mario, and then he can reach out to you if it's something he wants to work with. But you guys know I don't put anything there. So
this is a 68 Cougar. It's not an XR7. It's a standard base model, but it does have factory AC, power disc brakes, and it's a 302 4-barrel.
I love the dash styles on this. That's like got a really, and they're like paint. It's like the dash paint is the same as the body.
Yeah, pretty much.
So,
and you know, a lot of these cars that I have, are cars like my grandmother when I was a kid growing up. She had a 68 Cougar XR7.
Right. So
this car here, this
kind of means something.
Like I'm not going to find her car because my uncle wrecked it years ago.
Right.
You know, but I'm gonna kind of tribute it towards what she had. The 65 Comet Caliente in the basement. My grandfather, when he retired in 1965, he went and bought a 1965 Cyclone Comet with a 289. And, you know, my brother got the car, and the dope sold it like an idiot.
Right.
Family owned, bought car, garage capped, and my brother got rid of it. So, and I can't find it. I looked for the car, so I got that car. I'm going to make that like my grandfather's was. So some of these cars have some meaning to
well,
me.
That's what I was saying with the Chevelle. Like with me, a 70 Chevelle, because I've owned them. That was my first car as a kid.
Exactly.
And there's no other reason. There's no mental reason why I want one of the most expensive cars out there.
The 67 T-Bird, my first car was a 68 T-Bird.
So I think that's what... April, should they subscribe to this channel even if they don't like cars today for this one?
Probably just for this one.